Fiachra McDonagh, and I work for Rototom Sunsplash with Rototom SL, the company, which is a major European reggae festival. We dedicate pretty much 80% of all of our activity to promoting reggae and to building one big festival from anything to 6 to 10 days in Benicassim, Castilla, in Spain, which takes place every year from normally between the 16th and the 22nd of August. Now that depends if we're doing 6 days, we're doing 8 days, we're doing 10 days, and next year we're going to have like our 30th edition. It's not our 30th anniversary because like with COVID left us all wondering what happened to 2 years of our lives, but
you were making bread.
Making bread, yeah. I wasn't walking my dog anyway.
Right.
I've planted vegetables and making bread and trying to pretend to be a school teacher.
Yeah.
Of all things, man. I get driven mad by my family and driving my family mad. But yeah, and pretending to be a builder and a whole lot of things.
Yeah.
You know? That was it. Like, things changed a lot back then. But yeah, and I'm here because you guys have invited me over. I'm delighted to be able to collaborate with you guys, and it's really enjoyable to be around you,
Yeah, well, we went for curry last night.
Yeah, curry.
Typical British food.
Yeah. Actually, for me, it is. Yeah, it's one of my favourite things about the UK. Going having a nice curry, because where we live, it's not all that easy to get a curry. Living in Spain, it's one of those comforts.
But you have the weather the whole time, so don't worry about that.
Yeah. So I can burn my ass off.
Yeah, exactly.
Redder than red.
Exactly.
That's me. You know?
But anyway, every time you come, we always go for curry.
Yeah.
So easy enough. So how have things changed since COVID then, would you say?
It's been pretty intense because like there's so many new festivals. Like even with us, we were looking at it like there was when we shut down before COVID, there was maybe 70 festivals where we are in Valencia in Spain, and then all of a sudden in 2022, everybody wanted to do a festival. We were like, my God, there was 140 festivals. And funny enough, it worked for a year, because everybody was just dying after being closed up, baking bread, as you say, It gets a bit boring after a while. They wanted to go out and they wanted to go to everything. So there was this big boom, but then it became like, it's complicated in the competition type ways, but it's not really a problem for established festivals, I think, because the boom came out. There was a lot of people thought it was really easy to make festivals, and it's not. And I think they came across a whole lot of problems that we've been dealing with for a long time. It was like how to reduce costs, how to make, building festivals is sometimes it's not the most organised type of business, So it's important that now what we've been trying to do, especially after so many years, is trying to make it more professional, trying to simplify processes, trying to make things easier for ourselves. And I think perspective-wise, that's one of the big things for us, was how to adapt to this new reality. Like we stopped off, we went, all right, we've been doing stuff for over 25 years. What are we going to do when we come back? We stop and we'll have a serious look at ourselves and see what we've been doing. What we've been doing well, what we were doing wrong, because we hadn't had the time to actually reflect. And all this time since they set up the festival back in Italy, and then with the move and everything, there was never a moment where everything just stopped. And then there had been like the 2 years of COVID to stop and think, and it was like, right, we need to make things easier for the people that work with us, because we have a group of people that work all the time, but then we also have to be able to organise all the people that come to work with the festival.
And they all come last minute.
Last minute, they come. Right. If you think we start on the 22nd, a lot of those people might show up. The workers show up earlier, like they'll be there at the beginning of August, and we have to deal with all of them. But then there's the people who are sort of directly involved with production, and that's like the 14th to the 15th. So the festival starts on the 16th. You've got 2 days to deal with all of these.
How does it take to build a site then?
It normally takes us 2 to 3 weeks. 3 weeks really before, because we have FIB, one of the big festivals there. Like they're right before us, and while they're closing down, they just finish at the end of July. We move in, and we move in while they're doing the breakdown. We start building, and we start trying to install around them, and then we share a lot of the materials as well, like fencing and things like that. But we do a lot, like we depend a lot as well, because the grounds belong to the town hall. So like the public grounds, we depend a lot on negotiating with both the town hall and with FIB, with the Music Republic, and these people to be able to do a good transition. But still, it's a long old process.
Yeah, no, I can imagine. It's like, it's the middle of the heat in the summer.
Yeah, it's one of the things that limits us, because if we have to take a look for safety for the people like doing the build. Maybe work times start at 7 o'clock, stop maybe at 12, 1, depending on the day. Then they have to break the day. They try not to, we try to make sure that the heaviest work is done in the morning, to then in the evening when there is this cycle of build up of heat, so that they're doing lighter work, maybe more decorative stuff rather than the heavy builds. But at the end, when you're building a stage, you're building a stage. The stage has to be in 2-3 days. It has to be done. They work all day and into the night. But the idea is to get it done as quickly and as safely as possible, because the builds, when you have a couple of festivals, one after the other in the same space, it's how to do things in the quickest time possible and making the best use of all the materials available. Like if you think about boxes, like, when we talk about building up our offices, our backstages and things like that, okay, having all of these extra festivals, but that did was put a strain on a lot of the infrastructures. So you were having a hard time getting containers, having a hard time getting boxes to be able to build your offices with. And that's something we've also learned after COVID, was that before we used to do things, it was a more relaxed pace. Now it's like we finished the festival, we finished the end of August, everything sort of closed down, we get all the accounts and we'll take a look at closing all of that now this month of September. And then in November, we're already trying to get stuff booked for the build in August next year, especially this year with the 30th edition. But we found that over the last 3 years, we've been moving forward the time to be able to plan. Contract, put in all of our suppliers, our contractors and things like that, make sure that we have them in, make sure we have all the quotes. It's a big thing we're trying now. Before we used to go, we got 1 or 2 quotes. Now we try to get 3 or 4 and have them all registered, because that also helps us then later on be able to compare services. Yes. In 23 we had 3 different companies supplying us boxes, which was a bit of a nightmare, because you might have a problem if you do a build in an area, you might have a problem with one, and who's going to be the technician that'll take care of it, and who's dealing with it, for example, the heat that you mentioned, air conditioning is a big issue, just for comfort wise, and to be able to put up with it, to be able to put up with the heat.
Well, I suppose you have lots of shading anyway over the festival sites.
We work a lot on trying to build up the greener areas for the festival. One of its priorities is that to be able to develop a greener festival. But the thing there is we can only go so far, so we have to be able to, where there is no possibility to either create man-made shade or to be able to take advantage of the tree coverage, is to make sure that we have some sort of technological substitution.
Well, I went there in 2022, and the first thing I noticed is there was no rubbish on the ground anywhere. You care about the environment, obviously, but at the same time, the litter, even the vendors weren't selling stuff that couldn't be recycled, for example.
No, that's for us from the very beginning. Actually, when they started in '94, there was one part of what the whole Rototom philosophy was it had its own green philosophy, which is the green splash. That's if we're gonna do this thing, it started off being a party. It's the place.
Everything starts off as a party.
Everything starts off as a party. This was to celebrate the work that they used to do over the year. But the idea was that if we're going to do it in this place, and it started off in a really beautiful space, is that at the very least we're not going to damage what's there. And if possible, we're going to leave it better than when we first found it. And that has gone over now. It'll be on the 30th year for the festival, and that's just been something that they've built on. But it's curious, because it started off as a small event and it built slowly and gradually through the 3 different venues in Italy, and then when it moved to Spain. And as that philosophy sort of is ingrained in the organisation, it's also the public. If we didn't have, our public would be very critical, I think, the Rototom family would be very critical of us if we didn't maintain this sort of healthy, clean environment for all of our public and for the festival goers, their families and things like that. And they take it pretty serious as well. Without them being involved, we wouldn't be able to do it, because just the manpower to be able to keep a place spotless, it's brutal. So if your festival goers, the people who are enjoying the festival partake, it's so much easier.
No, definitely, what would you say is your biggest problem?
Wow.
Apart from when you've drunk too much, probably is your biggest problem.
We know what I'm up to. For us, because we're an independent festival, and what we do is trying to do things and trying to deal with the costs. And that's a very general, broader thing, because we're talking about materials, infrastructures, dealing with staffing costs, but the costs of, for example, what we're talking about, the greener initiatives as well, any type of certification is an extra ask for us. It pushes us, we do festivals. Last year, because we had a problem with Echo Embas, these guys are state funded non-profit organisation to take care of recycling waste. They pulled out of all the festivals around Spain, and for somebody like us, all of a sudden we know how to deal with the waste, we know how to do it, but all of a sudden that we have to cover all of the costs directly, even though these guys are getting funded by the state to take the waste. And they say it's not waste that we actually produce, because we have a campsite with 15,000 people, but the waste that's generated in the campsite, I'd say 90% of it isn't a product of the festival itself, rather it's brought in by the public. Obviously you're going to have your family there, you're going to go to the supermarket, you're going to buy the things, that's all cool, but we create waste and then somebody has to deal with it. And so this last year, that was a big thing that we had to take on. But we do festivals, we do music, we do fun, but we find that we end up micromanaging and having to micromanage, doing waste, recycling, all of these things that I think an awful lot of festivals, especially greenfield festivals, have to deal with full on. If you're inside a city or something like that, you might have some other infrastructures that are available to you, which is normal enough, because if you're a festival inside an urban area or inside a city, you're almost like a venue, so you have these services available to you, whereas us, we sort of have to build and trying to innovate and do new things each year so that our public can enjoy the festival. Do so without incurring massive costs. I think that's our biggest problem. Across the board, and that includes getting musicians, getting transport options.
Well, I've always said we'll come and play for free.
Some giant has to come next year. Well, we'll have a new stage hopefully next year.
The sub-giant stage. There we go.
No, but man, we bring back our showcase, which was, we had showcase and then it became Lion. Because it just grew, and we need to bring back showcase again, I think. And that's where we can introduce new talent and new flavours into our festival, which is pretty cool.
Well, hopefully I'll be there this year.
I reckon there's a good chance of that already.
It's quite good because actually you've got a beach area as well of the festival. So during the day people can kind of go to the beach and you've got a
that's a bit madness. That's a bit of madness because we present that, we have the Cultural Association Exodus, that's a project that we do, and to get to do that, that's inviting our public to enjoy what is the Mediterranean coast. And do it in the most respectful manner possible, because we have to be able to get a license for that, we have to go through a whole rigmarole, because to protect what is the natural environment, to protect the space. But luckily enough, we have a beach bar that we set it up. This year we opened at Easter, which was very early.
Right.
Very early, then there was storms, obviously. Murphy's Law. But so we take advantage of having that bar there, those installations there. And then we create this extra space, which is the sub beach, which is pretty cool. I wish I had more chances to get down to the beach and see it.
We only did it once, I think, or maybe twice. I can't remember the second time, though, truthfully.
I made it down for the build, and when I see the build and when everything's up, then I'm sort of stuck with the venue and with a lot more of the day-to-day running of things. But it is cool.
So does the local government help in any way?
Obviously we're supporting us when we're looking for the licenses and things like that. There's we have to collaborate with them. Where we're doing everything on public land, so we have to collaborate with them. They can also create conflict. There can be tensions and things like that. But for us, the most important thing is to be able to do things with clear goals that fit in and that they won't inhibit us. They're not going to create barriers for us. And I think over the years, especially from tourism with the Valencian community, there's been a lot of support. A lot of good support has gone in there. Like now we'll be going, let's say at the end of October, we'll be going to Bima in Bilbao, which I reckon you guys should go to. Like when we go there, in representation of like the Valencian community, as do other festivals. Brilliant. So like it's part of, like we've become like this. They created like a quality stamp, like of musics, which was for larger events and also for smaller events, to sort of sell the Valencian community, sell the whole idea that it's a land of festivals, and they promote that and we promote them when their idea in this. And the great thing is that it seems that it doesn't change all that much. This initiative doesn't change that much when the political parties change, which I think is important for us, because in the end we're going to be there, but it doesn't matter which party is involved. All we want is like public politics processes and initiatives to be coherent and to give us a chance to be able to give back to the area that we're working with, because like obviously the more we invest, the more collateral investment, the more collateral impact there is, I think. Definitely, because as a product, as a touristic product, because of the like over 50% nearly of our public is international, so sells the area. And then the people come and stay a little bit longer, like for our festival, because it's a longer event. You mightn't, I understand, you mightn't stick the event every single day being in the festival. You can go off and go down to the city of Valencia, you can go to the beach, or you can go to the mountain. To the village, enjoy other things. Go out and have dinner somewhere. But
you can have dinner before the event. Because from what I remember, it finished at 5 a.m. It
was 6,
we got 6. I didn't last that long. I think 4 was my limit.
But like, and plus like there's a lot of things like in the morning times. The cool thing is for people to get out of there, get out of the campsite. We talked about the heat. Go to the beaches, enjoy the beaches, enjoy the space, and it is refreshing. Like it's cool where we have the event. It's really cool space. There is shade and everything, but it's a hot summer in Spain, so you have to go refresh yourself, and it is a big option. But not just go to the Sun Beach, but to go to the whole, like we've got, I don't know if it's 30 kilometers of beaches just right beside us. So it's
enough for everybody.
Everybody can fit that. There's also like natural parks and things like that. There's the desert, and then there's Alcocebre as well, which are virgin beaches. So, it's enjoyable.
It's a beautiful part of the country anyway.
Oh, we're doing well. I think I love it. That's why I live there as well.
But you're right in between where Castillo and Valencia? No, Castillo and Benicassim.
Castillo and Benicassim, just in the foothills of the desert.
I remember the stakes. Good to
know. We have to do that again, man. Because now the house has improved.
But I always prefer coming before the event, because then I have a bit more time with you guys. If I come during the event, like you guys are running around like headless chicken, and I'm getting bored because there's only the bar there to drink at, and
or then you come across people like Dub Queen and you become entertained. I remember her already. Then you meet some other artists, but
it was good. It was good.
But I think it's important as well for you to get a chance to get to know us, and for anybody who comes over, because during the festival we aren't really ourselves. We're we're lost in the day to day of what we have to do, and there are people that can sit back and enjoy it, but some of us are just in the eye of the storm all the time. Until it's over, and then there's the days after. And we have to once you build it up. Building it up is really nice. It's when you start taking everything down. It's not as energetic.
No, it's not. It's calm.
You're trying to wind down and trying to get the work done.
So what's the big stuff for the 30th anniversary next year?
The 30th. Well, last year we changed the whole orientation of the whole venue, and now we're planning on doing the same thing again for the 30th. We're going to keep some of the new elements that really worked for us this year, but there's still a lot of tweaking to be done.
Yeah.
And then we can't say anything about the musical side yet, but this year I think it's going to be big.
Yeah.
Big, like reggae big, because after 30 years, we've been the Jamaican government also thanked us for our work. We've got a lot of
collaboration. I'm thinking you're saying Colombian. Have we got Colombian artists coming next year?
Oh, we've got
Shakira.
No, Shakira. No, I don't think so. No, but yeah, we do have very strong links with Colombia, because like in Bogota we have the month of reggae, and in May, and we do that in Bogota in collaboration with our friends from there, and like it's got the Rototom stamp on it as well, so it's something that we're very proud of.
You also do an event in London as well.
We also do launch parties.
Launch parties.
They're not major events. Yeah. But no, like we have that, and we also have the IDG, which is a big it's a big dub event in Spain as well. But it's not obviously not like Rototom itself, and we're considering other events, but all of those details have to be revealed later on.
Well, we'll probably find out before anyway.
Yeah, you guys are going to see
just
it if it
log
happens.
into the system. Oh wow!
Well, there's a new event. Yeah, well, no, like for us, it's pretty important to figure these things out, and obviously, like we're always looking to simplify, which I think is, like you said as well, when people start using new tools and things like that, sometimes we go for the more complicated ways of doing things. We always
it's like kids in a sweet store. I sometimes think, they see all of these tools, buttons, they go, oh, we're going to do this. I remember one festival, literally they planned the helicopter launch times, and I just thought it's never going to be accurate. Those things are just unreliable. But they wanted to do everything. I thought it's just pointless. 2 months later they go, oh, it's not worth doing that. I could have told you that to start with, but
I also think like there's a lot to do with how the people digest the stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe when people start off with these types of things, they try to do too much, and you try to do too much, and then people find that it's difficult. Obviously, it's difficult, man. If you didn't learn how to swim and then you try to go 100 meters, you're probably going to drown, And you're definitely not going to swim the channel for example.
Exactly, yeah.
So
for us, to walk before you run.
Exactly. Yeah, just little by little, and organising it, doing things, simplifying things, and understanding as well how to work with people. Not like us working with you guys, but also within our own departments, because we're a big sort of anarchic type of organisation that isn't really all that big. It's like in the end there's 20 or 30 of us that work together all year round, but still.
And you've moved offices as well.
Oh yeah,
it's only down the road.
It's only down the road, but it's the proper offices this time. It's not like we're building temples, or we're doing like this sort of new age type space, but we'll see how it works out.
It's like all corporate.
Do you have
to wear a tie when you go in?
Don't know what I'd love to see who the hell could tie a tie at this stage. We'd all have to go back and find our mothers, our fathers, and go, here, how do you do that?
You just get the clip-ons, it's much easier.
That would be good.
There we go. I'll get you on next time.
And then we couldn't strangle each other as well. That's all I see a use for a tie with us. Everybody go mad, and then somebody tried to strangle each other with ties.
Oh my God.
But yeah, no, it'll be interesting this year. But it's a big year. Like for us, it's a big year because we're in transition as well always. Because after 30 years, well, really 30, let's say 33 years is what the festival has been on the table. Like what the activity has been longer. But it's going to be a big year. There's a lot of new things we're going to have to change a lot of things to be able to keep going with the times, I think. And like that for us, organisationally, is a big thing.
Yeah. But we can help in any way we can, obviously.
We have to also be patient with ourselves, I think, sometimes impatience. We get all into a rush, and like what the Moroccans always say is la prisa mata, like speed kills. If you're in a rush, you'll kill yourself. So it's better to do it little by little, and that's what we're going to try and do this year as well. Like we've been sort of taking a look at everything. We've had a couple of years' experience of using the platform and that. And now let's see if we can go back to basics and relaunch ourselves with it as well.
Mm-hmm. Simplify the operations and everything.
Yeah, simplify everything. And I think keep it simple, stupid, they say, but We always forget that. Like.
That's true. It's true. You know, it's good to keep everything simple because then everybody knows what's happening, especially if you've got production staff starting a week before the event. If everything's too complicated,
like,
they don't know what's
going on. But like all of us, we all seem to know it. Like, you know, the people who are there all year round, like, we know what's happening. But then people who arrive in, and even 2 or 3 days, even if they arrive in at the beginning of August, like, they don't know all the stuff that's going on.
Yeah.
From November all the way up to August, or what we were thinking, or what were the ideas, the initial ideas that might have to be, you know, we might have a new idea, and then when we get to, like, I don't know, maybe a week before the event, and it's not feasible.
No.
And then we have to go back to a prior idea that maybe nobody else knew about. Those types of things can complicate things. Like this year we did donations as well. And that was a bit of a weird one. Like about this idea of donating, you know, getting the people to choose between 4 NGOs and donating their €10 and things like that. It sounded like a great idea, but we forgot about all the paperwork and the legal side, the thing, and like the transparency. Just for transparency, just having to gather all that data. That's all right in the pre-sales.
Yeah.
When everybody's online, nice and calm, sitting at home at their computer. When they're standing at your box office, 35, 38, 40 degrees at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Pretty hard to tell people to queue up and write all their details down. It's like, no, you want to go, buy your ticket, pay the €10, no problem, and just go into the bloody festival. Forget about it.
You get a tax rebate, don't you?
Yeah, they can get a tax if they fill in the form, but they have to go and ask for the tax rebate afterwards.
Really?
Yeah.
So who's going to do that? For €1?
For a 10, yeah, they get €1 back.
Yeah.
So it's like, but it's the law that it has to be done, and like I consider it very good. But like if I go in and I have examples like people who are from like, you know, you've got a big family or a couple of families go together and they might have 10, 12 kids. Maybe then it's interesting for one person to do it and then they get the rebate. Or if there was a couple of friends, like people who came from France, a couple of guys from France came together. There's 6 of them. They all had the disability more than 65%, and they all went in. Well, they went in for €10. They had the 6 days festival, but obviously one of them did the payment, and they can have it all back. You know, so it makes sense then. But from the individual sales, and all of these people did all of this prior to the event. You know, online, sitting at home, nice and taking it nice and easy. When you're there and you're at the box office, and it's really nobody wants to do it.
All they want to do is get in and have a beer.
Yeah, then they spend that €1 on the beer inside.
Yeah, I know, exactly. But is it €1 for a cup, I think, from what I remember?
But no, this year we put that up because we changed it, because before it was a donation went from the cups, and that was €1, and then we put it up to 2. But it all goes on the cashless, and they get the €2 back.
They get it back again.
Yeah, so like it's registered on your bracelet, and then you get it back, and that's like part of the new. No, it also affected us because we had that initiative that people, they donated their cup, they bought their cup, and they could decide to either take it home or donate the cup.
Yeah,
and it was pretty cool. Like we got between 15 to 20 grand raised for different NGOs over the years, but now with the new law, obviously the cups are something that we generate, like it's waste generated by the festival, so we can't have them floating around there. We can't give that obligation to our public to be responsible for that waste. So now what we say is, okay, we just take the deposit and you give it back.
And then you have a warehouse full of cups.
And we have a warehouse full of cups. That's something else that I would like to see now. Hopefully this week I'm going to talk to somebody that might solve that issue for me, because we wash our cups. We don't just buy them and dump them like so many people.
Well, you wash them at the event. You have someone washing. I've seen,
Yeah.
That's I was trying to get that job.
Tough job.
Yeah.
At the last day, that's a horrid job. Like that job in counting the cups on the last day. 2023, 9 o'clock in the morning, on the 23rd of August, the smell of stale beer and rancid gin tonic and stuff like that of the cups that have been gathered up, and that we were counting them.
And they're all stuck together.
And they're counted before they get washed. So everything's sticky, everything's stinking, everybody's tired. And we finished at 7 o'clock in the morning the last day, and 2 hours later counting the cups. Oof. Yeah, no. So it's not too bad that we got rid of the donations, but still the washing of the cups is still an issue. So.
Wow.
we're going to see if we can solve that somehow or another, because we're always going to wash them, we're always going to say that it's 100% reusable. But as you say, like the storing of the cups, transporting cups, all of those things, that all creates an issue. Like we do measure our footprint, but as I said, that's not something we can do every year either, because like spending a lot of money is always a big ask for a festival that's self-financed.
Yeah.
Like if we're talking 4% or maybe 5% public funding, the rest is all on us.
Yeah.
And that's tickets and beer. Like the lifeblood of festivals is what you bend in selling liquid format. That's it.
Oh, you can have John Smith's next year, are you?
Yeah, it could be alright, yeah. we have it in Salt Lake City. We don't have it in the beach, but we have it in Salt Lake City, because it's sort of the type of thing that you do have to sit down and pour into a pint glass and enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
It's not really a beach drink for me yet, but we just have to find that format. You know?
Yeah.
That or ales, like we get in a few extra ales for you, you know.
Yeah, just the ales. That's all I need.
Yeah, we've got a few rums and things like that.
Oh yeah. But let's not talk about the rum, because last time we were here,
that got a bit messy.
It was too much rum.
Yeah, it got a bit messy.
Yeah, very messy. Yeah.
We just barely made it back to Spain.
No. You went from here straight to the airport. I think it was. There was no need for a hotel room.
Man, I'm so glad that we remembered to get our suitcases. that was a real risk. Like we nearly forgot our suitcases. Then there was no train from Liverpool Street. That was another adventure. Get the taxi out to Stansted. Get through security. That was a bit. Wow. Yeah, I don't want to be repeating that.
No, we're calm now. We're older.
Yeah. A year older.
A year older. That's all the difference.
A year and a half.
A year older. Now we're all sensible. Until maybe tonight at IFF. Who knows what's going to happen?
God, yeah. I have to buy you a lot of drinks.
It's free, isn't it? So it's free.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. I'll have to cut down on the expenses.
Yeah, I know. You could do a fake receipt.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Well, you did say you were buying the beers tonight for everybody else. So,
yeah.
So luckily it's a free bar, so it's not really a problem.
You know me, I'm always very generous. Well, it should be interesting now. I'm actually curious about what we're going to see here this evening. You know, and tomorrow as well, because like tonight's going to be one type of thing, and then tomorrow I think will be a different.
Well, tomorrow's a serious day, because that's all day of talks. We're doing a round table, obviously, on festival production, and then after that we can relax. And then there's happy hour. It starts at 10 in the morning.
Yeah, that's like lunch is from 11 in the morning
then it's happy hour.
And then it's happy hour somewhere in the middle of it. Yeah.
I mean, these festival organisers.
The afternoon could be messy. I'm glad the round table is in the morning, because if it was in the afternoon, that could be definitely messy. There'd be a few slurry words.
It'd be a round table of tequila shots. I think it wouldn't be anything sensible discussed at that one.
Well, that's an idea that you were tinkering with. So.
I did say I was going to just get an empty bottle in the middle of the table and see who takes a shot from that.
That'd be good fun. Definitely.
Well, thanks for coming to London and
thanks a million
and chatting to us. And we've still got a few more days of events planned.
It's going to be interesting.
So
And now the next step, you have to come over with us.
So next time I will be in Castillo.
Yeah, we'll go out. We have to get some of the lads to come as well. They're always dodging me.
Oh yeah. It's fine. Before the event is good.
Yeah, no, we have to take a look at that. Yeah, because like even if we do any other events as well, we might take advantage.
Yeah.
That would be. Yeah, there's always May as well. Like we have IDG.
It's always our busy period. Is like May, June, July, August.
That makes sense.
And actually, even now, March and April, because we start events. I was going to say we start events, but actually we never finish events. Like right in this month now, we've got loads of events, and last weekend we had a farmers festival.
Yeah, what was it? Chicken first aid.
Chicken first aid, Jesus, yeah. How to shave your lamb.
How did that jump out of me? I saw that, and I don't know how in the programme something like that just jumped out of it.
I know.
Chicken first aid.
Chicken first aid.
It's going to be interesting.
It's the latest thing. It could be a band name. Yeah. It could be a band name.
It could, yeah.
Yeah, Chicken First Aid and How to Shave Your Lamb.
How to shave your lamb.
But it's a busy festival, so
I don't doubt it. Like farmers are serious business.
Yeah.
Like even in Ireland, like the biggest festival is the Ploughing Championship, 300,000 people.
Clown Championship.
Ploughing.
Ploughing, okay.
Plenty of clowns up on tractors, all right.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah, Jesus, there's another one, like 300,000 people over a couple of days.
Wow.
That's a lot of people.
That's a lot of clowns.
Yeah. It's a lot of mud as well.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of wellies.
Well, every festival in this country has mud, you know, we're used to it.
Yeah.
I think every festival in this country is like a farmer's festival anyway. They're all on their tractors all the time.
All in there with their wellies and that, yeah.
Mind you, it has not rained that much. I feel it has not rained that much in the last few years.
For us, it's been really dry and with drought. It's more dust balls we're worried about than that wind and things like that.
But you had a storm at your event this year.
This year we had a major rainstorm, which was not normal, but that's nothing like what we had 2022. It was like we came back, and then on the 15th we had one of these explosive storms, and on the 17th when Julian Marley was playing on main stage at 12 o'clock at night, we had another explosive storm. We had to empty the whole festival.
Wow.
That was hairy.
It's just a bit of rain though, isn't it?
Oh, it was a big, but like it's like a hurricane as well.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, like high speed winds and heavy rain.
Wow.
But that was actually more. That was that what happened on the 17th was only winds. It was like a hurricane hit us.
Wow.
So we had to empty. We had to get like the 30,000 people out of the festival, and we did that in I think 45 minutes.
That's crazy. Wow.
Yeah,
Well, I can understand that because one year I was on stage at Bearded Theory in Derby here, and a little mini tornado hit the stage and it all collapsed. Literally missed me by that much, but
we were just lucky. The worst thing that happened was there for me was getting hit by a plastic seat.
Who threw that?
That was the wind. The people
That's
say.
That's
That's
what
everybody
they
said. Yeah, somebody was getting even for footlights. Might have said earlier, probably. But,
I can think of a few people who might want to throw a plastic seat at you.
Yeah. There could be a lot.
There'd probably a queue of people.
Yeah, as the festival progresses, there could be more.
Yeah.
No, we all end up happy. So, that's what it is when you do live events. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Yeah. So I've seen it all. So what's the worst thing that's happened then? Would you say?
What's the worst thing that's
apart
happened?
Apart from the tornado and the hurricane and the storms. Any artist problems?
Oh yeah.
every year.
Every year. No. We had a hard time the year with Matty Shahu, with the whole conflict, Israel, Palestine, Zionist opinions, the BDS people wanting to boycott the show. It was just a very complicated thing that we tried to handle in the best way we could, and it got way out of hand for us because again, we do festivals, we don't do international politics, international relations. We tried to do everything in the most peaceful way possible, and we ended up with like the president of Spain ringing us and telling us you have to fix that. It was like, man, we just want to run the festival. We want
to drink beer, smoke weed, and watch music.
That one there, because of the implications and everything, I think was probably one of the real. It was like, okay, a festival, we either do a festival or we don't. But like we were getting threatened by everybody, which wasn't nice. And the worst thing was that everybody seemed to be like, everybody forgot that we have a family festival. Like, we have families and kids and elderly and 3 or 4 generations, everybody there trying to have fun, and everybody else doing politics. It was like, okay, best do it somewhere else.
Yeah.
That was it. That was for us probably the toughest time. So far. Plenty more years ahead, hopefully.
Oh well, we'll see next year what happens. And I'll be there. I will be there this year.
Cool.
Yeah. Well, thanks, Fiachra, for coming to London and spending a few days with us and talking to people about your event. And good luck for next year, the 30th anniversary of Rototom Sunsplash.
Yeah, in August. That'll be fun.
Thank you.
Smashing.
Nice one.